Hello and welcome back to SMA News. I'm Jamai.
And I'm Harry, here with the only news in school brought to you exclusively by the students of St Matthew Academy.
Since Christmas, so much has happened at SMA. So let's jump right into it with the SMA Pancake Day charity.
Pancakes!
It would be so awesome.
It would be so awesome.
It would be so cool.
It would be so cool.
It would be so awesome.
It would be so awesome.
Let's get one more pancake.
Let's get one more pancake.
I came to this pancake event because, if I'm being honest, I haven't tasted pancakes in a while. I want to get the feeling again.
I'm helping out on Pancake Day to help raise money for CAFers and also to put smiles on children's faces.
You know how pancakes are delicious, and I never even knew this about the event, but you could add your own toppings. I actually never knew.
I'm buying a pancake today because the money is going to charity, which is going to help people that are in need.
It's amazing how the school's raising money for this charity. We're helping ourselves with food, while we're helping others with money.
I didn't get any pancakes.
It's okay, Dylan, there will no doubt be another Pancake Day event next year, as they managed to raise an amazing £205.93.
Wow.
I know.
And speaking of basketball,
Nobody mentioned basketball.
earlier this term, our boys Year 9 team took part in the London Youth Games basketball tournament.
And thankfully, some of our SMA News team were there to capture the highlights from some of their games. So, let's have a look.
A valiant effort from everyone who took part. You definitely let your light shine and did us proud. And speaking of pride,
Don't even try that again.
pride, some of the SMA News team who were lucky enough to be invited to the premiere screening of the new BBC drama Phoenix Rise at the BAFTA building in central London, where they also got the exclusive interview of some of the cast and writers. And thankfully, I documented everything that happened. So let's have a look.
Hi, so we got Harry, then we got Cassandra trying to be mysterious, then we Bess and Farishta, teachers. Hello. And then Timothy.
Oh. There's a bunch of people here, so I think this is important.
What do they do when writing it, and like what gave it the spark? And
We are here with one of the members of the cast from Phoenix Rise, a new BBC show. One time in the fitting room, he was running at me and chasing me doing this face, and I was hysterically crying.
You mentioned earlier that this show was a lot about the diversity, about different characters. Can you guys tell me what your favourite moment on set was, whether it be with cast or just filming in general?
To be at BAFTAs, you know, it's insane. We're all so proud of what we've created, and so I think we're just really excited for it to come out now as well. 10 points for effort.
Thank you.
This is as good as a time of any to remind you that all SMA News team is always looking for new people, and you never know what you might get invited to.
The full Phoenix Rise interviews can be found on our YouTube channel.
And from one celebrity interview to another, let's go over to Farishta, who met up with Mr. Baines for another look at some of his wardrobe choices. And that's how you do a segue. Fair enough.
Oh, Mr. Baines, that's a lot of marking.
Oh, all of this? This is just in a day's work for any teacher at St Matthew Academy. All these lovely piles here. Very nice to see you again, Farishta.
Very nice to see you again, sir. What have you got for us today?
Oh, I've got a very special geometric design. So you could also probably argue it's a optical illusion, very mathematical based. I do like to promote maths as much as possible. Why I like this shirt, I don't know. I don't think the 1960s were very kind to me at all.
Where did you buy this shirt from? It looks very, very cool.
I originally bought it from the internet, but I'm a big fan of TK Maxx. They have a lot of special offers.
Do you have any recommendations?
TK Maxx, for sure.
Thank you, Mr. Baines, for this amazing shirt, and back to the studio.
We are legally required to tell you that we are not sponsored by TK Maxx.
Really?
Maybe next time.
We'll figure out how to make that happen. It is time to go over to the amazing Alleyan and Elijah with what's been happening in primary.
I'm Alleyan. I'm Elijah. And this is the SMA News Primary. So let's get into the story. On Friday the 17th of March, we celebrated World Book Day a little later than usual. Everyone knows that World Book Day is a momentous day for the primary days, as it really celebrates our love of reading and everything books. This year, with the cost of living crisis, we decided to make our dress-up theme handmade costumes, using materials and resources that we already had in the house. It was lovely to see how creative people are, whilst dressed as their favourite book characters. As always, our teachers had a special theme, and we were all very excited to see them dressed as crayons. From the amazing picture book, The Day the Crayons Quit. Special shout out to Miss Top Pratt, Miss Polydor and Mr. Bowen for their amazing homemade costumes. The day was filled with lots of fun activities. In the morning, we had a guest reader competition in the main hall. We all got to hear teachers' voice distorted and had to guess who they were. Surprisingly, no one was able to guess them all correctly. Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 both had sessions with the local children's author Gareth P. Jones, who answered lots of questions, read them his wacky and hilarious books, and performed musical numbers on his ukulele and piano. His love of reading and creativity was so inspiring. We ended the day together in the hall and paraded our fantastic costumes whilst being celebrated by everyone else in the primary. Then, as we left, we took home a free book as a token of a truly brilliant day. We can't wait to see what World Book Day brings next year, but until then, back to the studio.
Thank you for that, Alleyan and Elijah. And whilst we're talking about Primary World Book Day, Jamai got another chance to talk to our visiting author, Gareth P. Jones.
Here's a little clip of what happened.
What was the hardest part of being a writer? Because I know we want to prepare some of our future writers for the struggles.
Well, I mean, it's money, really. I mean, it's very hard to make money out of it. Over the last 16 years, I've had 45 books published, and I'm doing all right. And actually, if I could sustain this, I was discussing this last night with Anna. I was playing games. I was at games night down at Pete's house last night, and we were discussing about what time we're going to retire. We'll get to this sort of age where people say, "Oh, I'd like to retire at 55" and all this. And I said, I don't want to retire. I want to work until I would like to be able to keep working until like my last dying breath. That's my hope. Because I love my job. I love writing, and so ideally I'd love to be in a world where people still want to publish me, and I can still make enough money in order to pay the mortgage and keep my kids in fish fingers.
Well, thank you so much. I'm sure the primary school loved all of this. And I will see you back in the studio.
Who's Pete?
I have no idea. Some guy who runs a game night, I guess.
Maybe we can find out by watching the full interview on the SMA News channel.
Spoiler, he never explains.
Next, I managed to squeeze in one more celebrity interview onto my schedule when we spoke to author Sufiya Ahmed, who came in during secondary World Book Day to give us some insightful presentations.
Here's a clip.
For all our future writers, do you have anything you'd like to say to them? So anything that you think would help them to get further in their dream of becoming a writer?
Yeah, I would say my tips on how to write better stories. I would say first thing, you have to be a reader first. You must read, even if it's just half a page or a page every day. So always carry a book in your bag. You have to be a reader if you want to be a writer. Second tip I would say is always carry a notebook as well. I always have a notebook with me because you never know when your imagination might go off and you might have a story idea that you want to write down, or you could just be walking down the street and see somebody and think that could be a character in my book and quickly write down their description. So when I sit down to write, I have a whole notebook of my own writing that I can refer to. So always carry a notebook, try and write in it every day, a couple of lines, half a paragraph, half a page. And my third tip is, for budding writers, is to enter writing competitions. There are so many that are available for all age groups, and you could just do a search on them online, and they will turn up. Submit your stories. It's a great way of building your confidence. You could get shortlisted, you could even win. So definitely read, carry a notebook, write in it every day, and enter writing competitions for your age.
I think that is a very good tip, especially if any of you do want to write. Go to your head of year and they will most likely be able to point you in the right direction. I've been Jamai Brown with Sufiya Ahmed, and now back to the studio.
And let me guess, the full interview can be found on the SMA News YouTube channel?
Yes.
Did the promo link finish going by yet?
Just go.
Last week was the final annual House Big Quiz competition, where teams had their general knowledge tested and only the brightest survived.
I don't think it was quite like that.
Well, let's watch to find out. Welcome to the SMA Quiz Night. Now let's go take a look at our contestants. Try to help members of your team.
What?
As always, we don't have enough time to talk about everything, like the amazing theatre performance of Macbeth that the Year 9 saw.
Or the hilarious Spanish production Year 10 saw.
the incredible triumphs of the DebateMate team who are on top of the league table at the moment.
Or our brilliant dance performance at the Lewisham Live Captive Theatre.
And so much more.
But we are nearly out of time.
And unfortunately, we don't have any bloopers.
But what we do have is Dylan doing his absolute best to be a professional news journalist.
But before that, all that's left to say is have a lovely Easter.
Get a good rest.
And we'll see you next term with more news. Bye!
Sir, can I interview you, please?
It depends. What kind of news is it?
Hi, sir, can I interview you?
I am very busy right now, so maybe Monday.
Hello, sir. Can you tell me an interesting fact about yourself and a random fact that you know?
Interesting fact about myself. When I was you guys' age, I was ranked number 8 in the country for 100 meter sprints. And random fact that I know, water is wet.
You want me to say something interesting about myself?
Yes.
And I don't know where to start because I think my whole life is a testimony of grace and joy and peace. And
so you're still busy? Hello, sir. Tell us an interesting fact.
Do you know octopuses have 3 hearts?
I did not know that. Do you have any other interesting facts?
What about myself?
Yes.
I can cycle 100 miles in 5 hours.
That's very interesting to know. Thank you, sir.
Should we try that again?
Okay, miss. Tell us something interesting about yourself.
I have an incredibly convincing American accent.
Okay, can you tell us something interesting?
I once rode an elephant.
That's pretty interesting. Where have you gone? Alright, so, tell us something interesting about yourself.
Well, I'm a very interesting person, but I must say that there's many things that made me interesting. One of them is
Where's he going?
Second of all, I got many
So, are you okay?
I'm like best kid in the world.
Where's he going?
Hello.
Where's Saw?
I don't know.
Can I have that, please? Actually, you know what? Tell us something interesting about yourself.
Something interesting about myself. I love to play football, and yeah, I'm the best footballer here. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Skeleton, tell us something about yourself. Okay, now tell us an interesting fact. Thank you.